What up, my people? What up, my people? We are the City Network. It's in full effect with your favorite icon, the Icon 6. And I'm about to get into some stuff, man. Here, just a little bit. Where is it? Is this it? Boom, this is it right here. We up in here. So we're gonna be talking a little bit about some of the social constructs today, a couple things that's going on in social media right now in these YouTube streets as well. Shout out to the YouTube family and shout out to the social media family abroad. You know what I'm saying? That's Facebook, Instagram, and a plethora of other platforms and apps and all kinds of stuff. But we, the YouTube family, we right here. A lot of things be going on over here, and I'm glad to be here. We are the City Network. Live and direct. We're young, up and coming. I don't have all the pieces of the puzzle together, but I got the pieces enough that I can come and do this right here. So I want y'all to hang in there for a second. We'll be right back after these messages.
You better watch your mouth.
This is crazy. Why?
Oh, I'm from the South.
We got another one.
Yeah.
All you gotta say is,
All
oh,
you got
South Florida,
I'ma let it
Central
go.
Florida,
Let's go.
North Florida.
Business in the oven. Got them on fitted, honey fitted. You know you working with it. Got that sweet baby rays on the kitchen table. Got the ribs in the motherfucking pussy stable. Hold up, wait a minute, talking about what I'm gonna do with it. Fortune cookies in the game, that's some choo beta. Chinese made in this motherfucker. You already know I'm strict from the gutter. Toast with butter on the water. Get the sugar, sprinkle it on. You know how we done it.
Back at it, man. It's your favorite icon. You know what I'm saying? And I'm live here in these YouTube streets, and I'm going to be going through a couple things here and give my take, my perceptions. Now, we all know that social media is a place where those who strive to be content creators, those who strive to have their content monetized, those who come here just to be spectators or viewers, and to use other features on YouTube, movies, or whatever the case may be. We come here and we come here and participate in a public way. They do have the mechanics for you to, have some privacies and things that you can do. But if you are in front of a camera, behind a microphone, and you're speaking like I am, we are invested in mind programming as well. And I figure we need to know how much we are participating in those aspects that are not beneficial and how much of the things we're participating in are beneficial. Are we looking at the whole scope of things? You know what I'm saying? So I'm going to be going into a couple of spaces right here inside some of the stories that's going on inside of YouTube. Um, and one of the stories that I've been kind of paying attention to is what's going on with the champion, the GOAT, Clarissa Shields. You know what I'm saying? She is most certainly a topic. People is making this sister a topic with what's going on in her personal life. And I asked myself, you know, how much of this is real? How much of it is staged or fake? How much of this has to do purely with business? And I had to say to myself, all of those things must be taken in consideration. Each and every last one of those things, because this is social media. When you're talking about media, you're talking about a conglomerate of broadcasting systems and networks that's doing business with sending out messages in audio or visual form. And the participants in this big old Hollywood, I'm gonna call it YouTube Hollywood, where we become either the directors or the actors and actresses, the producers, the writers. We become that, and then we have to answer to the bigger machine because we are on somebody else's platform. Okay, we came into the app, we created accounts to come in and do this, and they have guidelines, they have rules, regulations, and things of that nature that we have to abide by if we want to be able to function. So my thing is, it's a plethora of information depending on what you're looking for out here because we don't have to uh, intake everything that come on in here. But I do find it amazing the type of numbers that I see of people that's interested in the lives of these public figures, entertainers, sports figures, and you name it. And a lot of the um, mishaps that happen. It's like it's always some thing where somebody's trying to tear somebody down or they try to put somebody's life up under the magnifying glass so they can get a laugh, they can draw attention. Is it for just for business? How much are we, the consumers, or are taking this stuff in and thinking that it's 100% real? And if it is 100% real, what can we do? You know what I'm saying, to stop the person or persons from being involved if it's not criminal. Now, if it's criminal, like things that have been taking place with the exposure of the P. Diddy situation, Brother Love, or whatever we want to call the brother, um, you know what I'm saying, by the names that he presented to us to call him, you know, and with the Netflix drop with 50 Cent on the brother and more exposure and people still trying to understand when we gonna get the Epstein files and all that kind of stuff, and that been blockage on that. But this is the stuff that's running rampant inside of the social media streets, along with a lot of the warring. I ain't never seen so many people at odds with each other. So many fights. Just regular citizens from all ethnic groups, races, nationalities. We have war out here, and social media is the theater. And I love being in the University of YouTube, where I get to go in and look at sometimes they bits and pieces and fragments, but gotta have intelligence and you gotta be able to put pieces together. And what I do, I use my own life as the premise, as the case study, because I have to master this shit. If I'm gonna be in social media, I want to prepare myself as much as possible, understanding how much is business, how much is the entertainment part, and I want to be honest enough to tell y'all what that is. I know the mystery of if something is real, bring more people in, but I'm not here to manipulate in those forms of fashion, especially for negative reasons just to gain a dollar or something like that. But if it's entertainment and I'm telling you, hey, this is what I'm doing because I know that I'm in a position where I am a programmer. I have a program. This is my program. We are the City Network. You know what I'm saying? I am at this particular point the director, the boss, the founder of this thought process, my intellectual properties. And you know what I'm saying? I'm putting them out there in the public. So I know they can get scrutinized. Some people can champion the cause with me, support me, all of those different things. So I know that these things can happen. But at the end of the day, I do know through my research and just being observant, you got to have thick skin to get in this game. So I want to welcome everybody who uh, has become a part of the support system thus far that may even get this on the replays when I post them up and send them out. Thank you for most certainly. I'm trying to send something in the back chat to a message to you all to welcome you. Welcome to We Are the City Network. You know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna add something else on there. Definitely gonna do it because I need the support too. I'm not gonna lie to you. I need the support too. And I'm not afraid to ask. This is business after all now. I gotta when I'm taking this time to come out and use my gift and my talent, I'm gonna work for it. I'm definitely gonna work for it. So I'm gonna send this here, my cash tag app ad as well. You know what I'm saying? Feel free to support the real movement. And I do feel that I will have people that see what I'm trying to do and get into it. But anyway, let's get into this first situation right here. Um, with what's going on in the life or in the saga or in whatever this is with our sister Clarissa because I really like this sister. I've sat back and looked at these clips. These little clips don't give you full access to what's really going on. We may never know what's really going on, but it's damn sure exciting when we see all these people reporting. Uh, from these positions, almost as if they know exactly what's happening. The only people really know what's happening is Clarissa, Pap, Papoose, um, and everybody that's involved with that situation. Remy Ma and them. They the ones that really know, and people that's close to them that they trust with information. The rest of us, we out here speculating. We out here making assumptions, and speculations could be correct. The assumptions could be correct, but at the end of the day, I think we need to call that out. And just, hey, these are just my perceptions of what it is. I'm not saying it's edged in stone. I don't have no authorities or proofs or receipts unless you have them. If you got them, present them. You know what I'm saying? But we do need to know the art of mind control and programming, because that's what's happening here. Let's get into this one. This is a new one, a new clip.
Somebody said, why Pap? Why not Pap? I'm age. Why not? He fine. He tall. He got good skin. He's seasoned. He's a little older than me. What? You want me to go into more detail? He's smart. He can rap. I love hearing his voice, the way he talks to me, when he whisper, or when he just talks to me. What? Come on now. Talking about some why Pap, why not Pap, and why not the quote, honey? Somebody.
Now, I'm gonna tell you something. Uh, Clarissa Shield has been getting a lot of negative responses to what people are dubbing a messy person that's in the midst of something like a home breaker, a home wrecker, or something in that thought process. Because like, you with a married man, this man ain't been divorced from his wife, or Remy Ma. She's still technically the wife. She still has access to uh the power, so to speak. Now, the sister can't help that, in her way, she's very attractive. And when I say that, she's not a bad looking person, not at all. She's definitely not a bad looking person. She's a beautiful woman, to be exact. Though she's in a brutal contact sport called boxing, which, for the average man, or for a man that's on his man shit, you know what I'm saying? To see a woman that's tough like that, there, we know it can happen. And this is most certainly, women have every bit of opportunities to express themselves in that way, and showcase their abilities to use this physical body to do things. And she happened to be an extraordinary specimen of the feminine principle. But it seems to me that in this world, either someone done got to her and told her, say, listen, you got to milk this cow. You got to strike while the iron is hot. Because we know that she has to know that dealing with this man, uh, with Remy Ma on the other end saying, hey man, we got some business we need to take care of. It ain't been taken care of. So these moves that you're making, and plus we can speculate a little bit and assume, because we all have life. And I'm not saying that this is the case. So disclaimer, I'm not saying anything that's actual, factual, have receipts. I'm just using my perception and what I'm being able to see as a consumer of the social media myself. And I got a right to speak on it because you put it in the public and you put it out there so people like me can talk about it and give our critiques and stuff like. But I do it in a positive way because I want to see everybody involved in these situations that appear to be very bad. I want to see them reconcile in some kind of way and still maintain what they're doing in the business, entertainment, and in their personal life. Do well and be safe at it. So I want Papoose to be safe. I want Clarissa Shields to be safe. I want Remy and the families involved to be safe, the friends, and just our overall network and look of each other, right? But sometimes with all of the pieces that they're putting out there for us to look at, it would appear that the picture that they're painting of Papoose is that this man don't really give a damn about this one. But there are other clips like the one I just played. Well, she's saying he's one of the best men in the world. He's a little older. She never had nobody, treat her the way that he do or come. Then you gotta look at Pap. Pap, what you been into, my guy? Pap, Pap come from, the land of, you know, highly intellectual aspects of mind control. New York is one of them places, man, where it's a mecca of information. A lot of things go on in inside of the concrete jungles, and you have to grow up really fast. I understand that. Well, a lot of us country people, we ain't slow. Don't get it fucked up. But we got trees and we got peaceful life. We got long stretches of road in some places. We got woods and streams to go jump in and play around with nature and stuff like. So our lifestyle may be a tad bit slower than people in the cities, but at the same day, we all possess intellect. So they paint this guy Papoose out to look like he's a user, a manipulator. He really is a bum, but this brother got skills. Papoose is a hell of a lyricist. You know what I'm saying? He got great skills, and I'm a brother. I'm not gonna sit back and hate on this man, but this conundrum that's filling the airways up. Got Clarissa out here looking like she have slow sleep. You know what I'm saying? Or just desperate to be in love, or desperate to have that, or is that a cover up? Maybe she ain't even much really into men, what I'm saying, like for real. But I'll take this one. I don't sat down with him. We know the game. I'm gonna maximize. Like I said in the beginning, maybe people in her ear saying, hey, this is the time to get your bread up. Butter the bread while you got it. All publicity, as I heard her say, all publicity is good publicity, whether it's good or bad. And we've heard that in certain circles. So I just wanted to bring it up to say, man, whatever is going on in this situation, let us not forget we have people that look up to Clarissa, young women that look up to Clarissa, that live that same type of a life. It's loud, it's fancy, and it's like, hey, bitch, I was in the gutter just yesterday, and because the creator blessed me with some hand skills, I can knock a couple of little bras on the ass and shit, and they gonna pay me for it. And plus, now that with this controversy, and us being in social media, we get to bring in big numbers. So everybody that's out and commentating on this hill, whether they mega stars that don't turn into podcasters or whatever, or just the lowly guys that just they ain't got nothing else to do but come out on social media and just try to see what they can kick up, or people like myself that's coming up out of the prisons, where I spent 28 plus years in federal prison. I'm out here. I want to get involved, so I want to be able to take my skills too and my gifts too and utilize them. I just want to do it from a perspective of if I can say something to help, I'm gonna do that. If it causes controversy, hey, I don't mean to offend nobody, but I got every right to give my opinion too, and that's what I'm doing. And if I'm gonna bring some facts if I get them, because if I got facts, I'm definitely gonna put them on the table. But other than that, though, um, I wish Clarissa well. I want to see her be able to do what it is I feel in my heart that she really wants to do, and that's to be the image of boxing for the women boxing program, and salute to that. We do know that there's other controversies that surround this sister with Layla Ali and stuff like that. And man, shout out to Layla Ali. She's a very refined woman. We don't know what these people really are up close and personal, because we're not with them up close and personal. We get what we get through this tell eye vision or this screen, and that's what we get. They give us whatever it is they feel comfortable with giving us. Trust me, even us, what I'm saying, that sit behind these microphones and the camera, we don't give everybody everything. You leave certain things to the imagination so people can imagine or envision or get caught up in that. So that becomes their world. This is the art of mind control. You know what I'm saying? You have to know how to set certain scenarios up, and this happens daily where people are trying to get at something. I think we better be very mindful that what's trying to be got at right now is mind control and attention. Your attention focus on things that um is very entertaining. It's entertaining, but does it have any relevancy on what's really going on in the real world, where people are suffering and people are trying to get justice, for atrocities that's happened with brutalities here and there, with crime happening amongst the citizens or the privileged people within the country. We everybody's at war. So we got these things going on. What's happening with our food? What's happening with the land? What's happening with the infrastructure? What's happening with the people that are being placed in positions to be leaders in our government and stuff, our city, our state officials and stuff, and just work, and dealing with AI, and dealing with fake food, and dealing with health, and dealing with people that's playing hella games. So when we in social media listening to stories like Clarissa Shields and Pat Foods, I get it. It raises eyebrows is very entertaining, and we know it because we've been programmed to be know, oh, what they got going on. It's almost like watching damn soap operas, if you will. It's one big ass soap opera. And every now and again, we're blessed to get some fragments of something that looks pretty good that we can deal with. Okay, getting off of that. Shout out to Clarissa Shields. Keep winning, champ. You know what I'm saying? You do your thing, 100%. You know, and I do hope. I wish you would come down and wait, so you can go on and get in the ring with Miss Braun. You know what I'm saying? She definitely talk it, and she walk it like she talk it, and you the GOAT. You know what I'm saying? And just like what's the brother name is Terrence Crawford, man. These people they go from weight class to weight class because they until I find something to stop me, I'm knocking every damn thing out the box. God damn it, you could be featherweight. I'm coming down in that bit to see what your skills like because I think I could do it, and that's why I feel at some point when we get past the rhetoric and we get back down to the essence of what things really are, I think Clarissa gonna step in while she still has the momentum and still moving. She ain't got to prove nothing really, and where she through what she's been through, but to see her move to get at somebody like a Miss Mom, you know what I'm saying? Uh, it would do good for the women's boxing, I do believe, and there's some other tough competitors out there as well that I think that she need to get into the ring with that may be, up for the task. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying, Papoose, my brother, peace to you. I ain't trying to get in your business because I don't knock the hustle. And I'm not saying that you hustling anybody. Let's get that straight. You know what I'm saying? I just think that you you in the world. You in the world of sports, entertainment, and every different thing. And I know you know that this come with it. We all do. And whatever angles y'all working, um, just because you hear a little bit of voice like mine squeaking on the sideline, I'm here to make sure that the people understand that we must understand how to differentiate between the real and the fake. Don't let this social media soap opera shit make us think that a lot of this stuff is real, and then we start taking sides and doing stuff that we ain't even got no business even getting into. But then at the end of the day, if you choose to get into it, hey, it's your choice. You got free will. So, moving on from that, what else we got going on. We got the war of the podcasters. We got I mean, podcasting. When I was in federal prison, and let me put this in perspective. When I was arrested in 1991, there was no smartphone, there was no social media, or none of that type of shit. So I didn't transition with none of this. I've heard when I was back there, and even though the phones were getting inside the prison, however they was getting there, I'm not here to be. I don't know, just put it like that. I don't know how they get in there, but I never dealt with them because at some point when I began to realize that I could potentially make it out of prison. I mean, 28 years and some change is a long time to be out of society, and you watching death all around you and stuff like that. There, but with with the coming of this technology in the way that it came, and giving the regular Joe Blow access to the airways, was a very strategic movement on behalf of those who control the board completely. Anywhere where they see they can control, and money is the root of it, you know, that currency, the juice, the idea of what that is, how much more control we can have just by directing the mind. That's been the play. They been knew that was the play. Let us direct the mind. And of course, they'll let some of us get on here and make millions of dollars, make it work for it, jump through all kind of hoops, but they're gonna be ready to get if the more wild and funky and savage you are, if everything's trivial and funny and you don't take stances, but you gossip, all of that other good stuff in your program. And I think we all do a little gossip, and it's a part of the package. But they don't mind giving the damn fool the money. They don't mind making the damn fool go viral. It's just the one that they calling a damn fool. Are they wise enough to be the spook that sat by the door? And I think we do have some people like that. 601 Unc, 607 Unc, I believe he's one of them people. Very intelligent person. I mean, he seemed to be a well-studied person. You know what I'm saying? You can hear it in his conversation. I hear things that I've studied um, over the years. That he talk about esoteric things and um, other dimensions and portals and what that is. And another brother that's very controversial, brother Charleston White. I know a lot of people don't like him, don't like the message that he bring, the image that he bring. But at the end of the day, he's somebody as a spectator that I'm sitting back looking at and saying he's brilliant. The fucking guy is brilliant, and even though he put himself in some very vulnerable positions, or as far as you don't know when somebody might step out the eaters and just crash out and don't give a fuck. But the fact that he has the heart to keep doing what he's doing, I definitely respect it, and I respect the fact that he know what's happening with the law. You see, because most of us we don't. I had to learn because I was in prison. Like I gotta look at what's happening. I gotta pay more attention. But the average person out here, and yeah, I call your ass average. I don't care because you got a bag or a Mercedes or a degree. You are average ass person out here when it comes to the upper echelon. Trust and believe that we are all tools for the master. We're all pawns on their chessboard. You just need to recognize what piece they got you playing so you can undo this shit. Cause that's what I'm doing. I'm gonna undo it. We got other stuff that's going on. Like I said, there's this situation going on with um 50 Cent, this 50 Cent situation with Jim Jones and them. I'm hearing a lot of people talking about that. What's going on with Jim? I don't know these people, but as a spectator, as a consumer, media consumer, I got every right to come in. Y'all put it out there, so I'm gonna give my take on it too. And if it take root, god damn it, hey, let it take root because I'm gonna talk about it. Because I need for us to understand we better know how to differentiate between the real and the fake. Cause a motherfucker gonna make a dollar off your ass if they can. Trust and believe that. Yeah. And Jimmy them, 50 Cent, and all of these men who've been in the system in the game, who probably got played by the game in the beginning. Because a lot of our people that are entertainers, the stuff that we're finding out, man, when they were younger, man, young. Like I can go all the way back with Buster Rhyme and them, even though I was in prison when they was becoming popular as far as a commercial situation, you know, 1991. Like I said, I was arrested. I was 19 years old. So hip hop at that time was making its turn. When I was out, hip hop for me was mostly everything out of New York, the mecca of hip hop, and then the West Coast went to pumping really good in the late '80s, mid to late '80s, and with NWA and stuff. So my hip hop roots, old school, Public Enemy, Grandmaster Cass, man, Grandmaster Flash, the Furious Five, Slick Rick and stuff like that, and then Scarface. Got to hear some of the Scarface, um, the Ghetto Boys, Willie D, and what's the brother name? Damn, I want to forget this, but may he rest forever, rest in peace and power. Uh, what's the damn the third member of the Ghetto Boys, the brother with the dress, the little one that had the eye. You know, I can't even think of his damn name right now. But that was my introduction. So I don't see how the streets were being reported on through the music and through the MCing when it became a thing, to where you had guys that were reliving and going through things, and then they started formulating the culture of what we call hip hop culture. And then the street element people got more involved to where now you got the streets imitating art imitating the streets, and the streets imitating the art. But you got real people that's coming from a warped mentality that's being in the positions of power. They got the voice because they letting them get the money. So right now we got this war of podcasting going on. The thing that's going on with 50 and Jim Jones, the thing that's going on with 50 and that whole other group that 50 called the Squatters and Fabulous and them came. Y'all know the whole story out here in social media. We gotta stay awake, man. You're dealing with businessmen and business women who either know what the game is, don't been introduced to the game and slowly finding out what it is, and everybody learning how to make money off this stuff. If you keep the control of the minds of the people and keep them on your programming, then good. And we've been programmed to love soap operas and entertainment, even though it affects us in a real way. Because I ain't finna be hating on none of these. I don't have no dislike for Jeff Jones. I support 50 Cent more because I like 50 Cent style. I got every right to do that too. But I don't like my life for what my brother do to make me hate my other brother. You know what I'm saying? I think when they do stuff in front of the world that's our children can look at and they don't see us learning how to have real conflict resolution, we ain't expand none of those skills. I think it's bad for the children that gonna come into contact and trust. I don't care how many things you put on these applications to try to keep your children out of what's happening. They know how to get in because half our children are smarter than us when it comes to this technology. You know, we started them early. You started them, yeah, yeah. So, or they gonna come into contact with it at some point. That be my only issue. So let us be sure that when we doing things that could be destructive, think about the children that gonna come into contact. Unless you one of them people that be saying, "Man, fuck them kids," because sometimes we got some people that'll do that. Okay, we almost where we want to be. I'm not gonna be here long, uh, but I wanted to touch something because it'd be so much footage. I can do this all day with some of this footage. I'm gonna be working where I can get some of this stuff on the screen. I'm not the most tech savvy person. I'm still learning on the fly. I've learned enough to be able to get in front of y'all, so that was the start point. Just making an introduction to this here, and I will continue and to push myself to learn more, to be able to use the tools more, to be able to be more in compliance with what the systems want of us as far as the terms of agreement that we sign off on to get in the system anyway. Whether we know it or don't know it, if we mess up, they're gonna say, "Well, you say you read it, you check the point, you check the box or whatever." So, but other than that, though, I'm just really focused on how to make sure that the social media, hoopla, entertainment, or the real parts of it, because there's some very real parts where people really get hurt out here. Lives do get destroyed. Mentalities get crushed because of feeble-minded people or weak-minded people with low self-esteem, and we don't want to continue to see our people crashing out and losing like that. So, to all of the content creators out there, please remember that we still have an obligation and a duty, right, when we're doing this programming, because we are the ones that can be charged as well, since we're going to be used as the go-between from the people up top and the people that's on the bottom. We become the go-betweens, and we need to find out who for the people and who not. If you just doing this for entertainment and you doing shit that's destructive and making a dollar, we need to find out who your ass is and put you up on the board. Don't fuck with that because they not telling the truth, or they presenting things that's entertainment just for the dollar or the accolades so that they can get material shit and not giving a damn about the people. Icon's not gonna do that. What else we got here? They be talking about they got footage this, footage that. I don't know. They was talking about Tasha K and the receipts that she brought. Tasha K, another beautiful sister. Be in little safe spaces. When you come out in real social media, you stumping with the big dog. You stumping with people that already been solidified, established, that got the bread, that got the network and the conditions. But when you starting off like somebody like me, shit. But the thing is, I started. Period. I took a chance. I took a risk and I went to prison for damn near 30 years for doing the wrong things in life. So why not take a chance to take a risk on doing something that's right? What else we got out here in the news? And let's see what's back here.
One of the greatest lyrics from you that I love. What's everybody so mad at the Southpaw?
Change your style up, switch to Southpaw.
That was me, and he borrowed. That was my original. That's my line. Google. That's my line. I followed it, bro. Everybody so mad at the Southpaw.
Learn how to switch your style up and go Southpaw. If you ain't mean to say it, what you open your mouth for?
Better reason for me to just open your scalp more. Oh, man, that's me. Man, let's not get this. Everybody borrow. No, I didn't. I'm just making sure he gotta know where it came from.
Yeah, he might have set me up with that shit.
No, I swear to God, no, I swear to God, you were the only person that I heard say that.
But I did big.
You gave me, I love you.
Well, he spit a bar. He didn't write my song, brother. Be clear.
It is the first line of the first verse, though. Huh?
Young nah, mother. Jada Kiss.
I love that right there. That was Ari Spears in an interview with Ari Spears, Jada Kiss, man. Salute to the general Jada Kiss, man. Love that brother. Love the locks, period. You know, I love New York music, man. That's what we grew up on, even in the South in Florida. And hail to the kings of the state of Florida, Uncle Luke, Two Live Crew, and them. I know they say we the booty muted people with all the bass and all that there. Shout out to the to the homie Trick Daddy, and everybody on the Miami scene. It's a lot of people, man. Like my tie to Florida music from back in the day, and pushing up. But New York was that spot, and then I'm a funk kind of person too. So you know the West Coast. I definitely funk with the West Coast and that Midwest style though. Now that Midwest style, that's some cool stuff. That's some cool stuff. But anyway, when I be going through stuff like that's a more lighter, a little lighter clip right there of Jada Kiss and Fat Joe, who people are saying was one of the biggest cappers. How y'all know the man one of the biggest cappers? You know, how do we know everything that coming out the man's mouth is not right or is he capping? He ain't telling the whole truth. But it's good for entertainment. We laugh at it. We get listen. I sit sometime and be watching YouTube for hours. I go in with a specific mission to find stuff that I can see. Say this is what the social construct look like. This is what I teach on. The building blocks of the thoughts that we have that cause us to move in thought process and then move into action. We need to know where that come from. Where do your thoughts come from? But since you don't know nothing but English, and when you read in English. When you think in English. You think in the system's language of expression. So when you try to solve conflicts, you're gonna utilize the tools and what you know through your studies of what can cause that. But I don't think they're giving us the right information because we ain't solving a lot of problems. Not the ones that mean something. You know what I'm saying? What we is doing is be booty clapping, laughing, driving cars, getting money, holding stacks up to the ear, and saying to everybody, I bitch, you get a bag. Okay? I got a bag, bitch, you get a bag. You know what I'm saying? Fuck them, I'm getting mine. You don't care who you trash in the process. But hey, they got this thing called karma. Some people believe in it, some people don't. But shout out to Fat Joe. Shout out to Jada Kiss, the General. Shout out to Ari Spears. I know he get a lot of flack too, but ever since he came into the game, he been talking his shit as a young brother. You know what I'm saying? Grew up with these guys. And I just want to say to all of them, y'all helped me out a lot while I was in federal prison, man. Listening to y'all music, stand up with the stories, uh, giving me a window to look through at the world, whether it was real or fake, staged, entertainment, whatever. That means a lot to the men and women that's in prison because that's all we got as far as access to the world to see it. Other than that, we get visits from our families and friends and loved ones and be on the telephone, but then that's the extent of what our reach is to the outside. So I'm definitely an advocate for the men and women in prison. I know a lot of men and women back there that deserving of coming home is still stuck because of certain laws. And shout out to the ones who made it out because of law changes and people sacrificing and working and using these airways for something other than entertainment, but actually trying to get a word out there. So shout out to the men and women who putting that real stuff out there to help us see what's going on in our world politically, spiritually, and every other way that we can. So what else I got here? Fat Joe, you took that man line out of his song. Jay said, I'm just trying to make sure he know where it come from, you know what I'm saying? And he right. People always borrowing stuff from each other. Even though that wasn't something to be looked up to. It was called biting back and you biting my style. You know what I'm saying? You a biter. And that wasn't a good thing. You was known to be a biter, man. They threw your ass to the wolves. Come up with your own shit. So shout out to them for that. Okay. I'm gonna play one more clip here. I got other clips that I want to talk about, and that's what I'm gonna be doing when I come up here. I was just talking about this sister here. Let me retouch this real quick.
You and Clarissa, though, y'all kind of have gone back and forth. And you actually said, I think you said you'd fight her at 147, I think it was. When you think about women's boxing moving toward the super fight, like we have Bud and Canelo coming up for the men, what would excite you about a matchup against, someone in Clarissa who people see as one of the greatest female boxers of all time?
Yeah, well, you have to take heed to knowing that we're both in two separate weight classes. Yes. That is I think everybody's super fight that they would love to see. you know.
And even though that's an older clip, because as he made reference to Bud Crawford and the Canelo fight, that was it don't pass and gone already. So, but it was exactly what I was talking about. You know, I think it would be great for Clarissa Shields to, hey, you you don't did. I think everything that you could possibly do in your come out, from the time you boxed for the gold, baby. You know what I'm saying, sister? And you got major armor. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know. It's just something in me that want to see you fight this sister. And I'm saying for myself to you, Sister Clarissa, just to tune up a little bit, man. Go through these weight classes, man, and if you continue to whoop ass, whoop ass. You know what I'm saying? But at least you can show them that it ain't just the men that's good at moving up and moving down. Because every person that move up and down don't have the kind of success as some of the men like Bud Crawford, them, and some of the more notable guys that we know down in box, even the Floyd Mayweathers and stuff. But to see them do it, to see somebody move in weight classes and condition themselves from their mind to get their bodies ready for that deal, that's awesome to me. And when they're victorious and they overcome, oh man, that's even better. But
There's weight classes for a reason. And I know that with the fight coming up with Amanda and Katie, that's the winner I want. I want that fight. Just because I've seen these women grow and I've been able to watch them. And I think the best fighter would bring the best me. And those are the super fights that we want. It's good to have this beef in the game because it gets people talking. And, I know I'm on my own lane. I know Clarissa's in her own lane doing what she's doing. But, we never back down from a challenge. That shows, right? We're both competitors in what we love to do. But baby, I don't care who it is. I'm gonna get in there and do what I do best.
What would a fight with Amanda look like now that you guys are both with MVP?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's just a conversation to be had. I think that again, we're doing it for the sport. I mean, it's cool to be friends outside of it, but we want to make these big fights. These are history fights. These are fights that young girls are looking up to, that are able to watch the sport of boxing. Shoot, it don't even got to be Amanda. It could be Katie too,
right.
And these are the two women who've been at the top of their game. They're fighting again for the third time. And I want a shot at that. I want to see what that feels like.
Hold up.
let's go right there, man. And Alicia Baumgartner, man, she's a very beautiful woman. I mean, when you really look at women that look that damn good and say, this woman is in a violent ass contact sport. And she's fucking good at it. She take them hits upside the head and shit. You know what I'm saying? Might have a little pretty eye swole up and stuff. And you be like, I just want to know, come, you need to be in something so luxurious and soft, baby. Like, you too pretty. And then it's like, this is perception. Don't let a pretty face trick you and you think that it's soft. Some of these pretty motherfuckers be some of the worst. You know what I'm saying? And they be bringing the thunder as well. Shout out to her, Alicia Baumgartner. And before it get too late, hopefully, I don't know if it'll ever happen, but it will be a treat to see that fight. With her and Clarissa Shields. Come on, Clarissa, move down to that 147. Go get that money. Shit, I'm gonna watch. The whole United States and the world gonna watch. We'll watch it. Take that 8 million and take it on up some goddamn. I want to see you with 80 million and times 1,080 millions of dollars. Yeah. And remember, I said I'm just up and coming. I'm just giving my true opinion on that. Cut me some slack, dog. Okay. Where we at right here? Because I got to get ready to. Yep. I got to get ready to shut this down. Well, it's been nice, y'all. Once again, I'm here. My name is Icon6. This is We Are the City Network. Right here on YouTube. My handle is at We Are the City Network. That's the mothership. And my little baby ship at the symbol, the at sign, circle of the gods with an S, period, the number 6. That's where I get a little bit more into some of the actual breaking down of these social constructs from a position of education, in open conversation. Not that I'm trying to use any information from any college or any. I'm just using common sense and the intellect that God gave us or the Creator gave us, and we supposed to be able to exercise that too. I don't have to have a college degree or some credential to sit in the circle or stand on the forefront and speak righteously. You understand? And tell the truth as far as I can perceive it. And I do go into deep, deep thought. Not a passive, not a passive perception, but a deep, deep, aggressive, you know, because I really want to understand the things that I think. I really want to understand the things are presented for me to think on. And I think we all should do that. So, with that being said, let me go ahead and shake this place, man. I hope y'all have a beautiful rest of y'all day. I hope y'all tune in. Make sure y'all go to both of my channels, man. Come through the door, subscribe. It's free. You know what I'm saying? It's free. I'm trying to get the numbers up. Right now the mothership got like 54 subscribers. I'm trying to get that up to 100 plus within the next month or two, and then I'm trying to make a run for that first 1K and beyond. I'm gonna try to do the best that I can here. I'm definitely gonna be networking with other people. I got a few friends in social media that I've met over the years that want to work, that are working, doing things on their own. I want to bring it all together up under this banner, so that we can present something that I think will be beneficial as well. Why not? Everybody else doing it, and trust me, some of these broadcasts, my God, they don't give a damn. But I respect it because I can never knock the hustle. But I just want us again to understand the difference between the real and the fake. It's big business going on. And don't never lose sight of that. Anytime inside of social media, stuff is being pushed at us and we're being bombarded with it. Business is going on. It ain't just money business, it's the business of mind control. Okay? Boom. We're gonna get up out of here in a few seconds here. I'm gonna shake this because I got some other stuff I need to go do. And plus I need to charge up all my excuse me, like ooh, man, I got it like almost at the hiccup. I gotta charge up my devices as well. So I'm gonna leave y'all with some of this good music from the Icon.
Yes, it's your favorite icon. We here.
We are the City Network live right here in these YouTube streets. Shout out to
StreamYard.
StreamYard.
Angels guiding us.
Shout out to Stereo app, TikTok, Facebook, Instagram.
Yeah. One thing I want to mention is you gotta keep the faith. You gotta believe in yourself. Yeah. Believe in the talent. Let's go. Believe in the gifts. Acquire the skills. Yeah. But above all, understand and love. Icons. Check it. Circle of the gods. Finesse. Icon, the best. I'm the best. My family strong. It give me the heart to move on side to side, like a sidewinder, like the time when it flies. I'm still in the booth. I'm still the one that they calling the chief in the booth. I'm the truth. Hold up. When the angels cry, they cry tears of joy for the little boy and girl. Mothers and fathers getting back together for the children. I'm like, yeah, we can make it happen, We can make it happen, Hold up, roll the dice one time. Get your mind right. We on the side right now. They in them cars and they flying. Trying to get another gig, trying to get up in this thing and let you know what it is. But you get slowed down. Cause life be life. What is that? What is struggle? It's just an opportunity, man. Struggle ain't
I had a great time up here with y'all, man. Y'all continue to come back, subscribe, man. Come on in, follow me, man. And let's get on track and let's build this thing together. I'm not going nowhere. I'm gonna be right here. Icon6, remember that name.
That itch down.
Yeah.
Chilling. More money, more problems. That's what Biggie said. Baby. How long will you mourn for me? That's what Pac said, yeah.